Why are more and more horror fans starting to collect VHS again? That is the question. In today's physical media news topic video, we discuss the positives of VHS, go over what I'm seeing in the collecting community, and then ultimately decide, do we go back to collecting VHS again? But first, if you love collecting just like me and want to be a part of saving all the different physical media formats out there, whether it's VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, Laserdisc, you're in the right spot. Go ahead and mega slash that like and subscribe. That way you stay entertained and up to date on all the latest physical media topics. And leave in the comments below, when was the last time you picked up a VHS? So now let's talk about the benefits of the VHS format and all of its great qualities that don't get enough appreciation nowadays. Let's shout that out because it definitely has some greatness to that classic format. First of all, we talk about those thick spines you could easily see on the shelf. You could find titles a lot more quicker. They would often have beautiful artwork on a VHS. And then you often got a nice slipcover with it, right? That packaging or in a clamshell case always came with something where today you don't know if you're going to get a slipcover or not, but with VHS, boom, there's your slipcover. You are good to go. And then also you get the original unedited editions released. You don't get all these weird now censorship with different scenes taken out and dialogue removed or weird special edition puppets thrown in. I mean, we talk about, of course, this amazing franchise that I still hold on to the VHS for. The Star Wars movies, yes, I absolutely love these VHS because they're the original editions, and that's the only way you can see those original editions now. Or actually, I think there might be a bonus feature on some DVDs out there, but you're not going to see that again. Now you're going to see all the special editions out there. So if I want to watch the original editions, I got to go back to something like this, or else I'm out of luck. And that's just how it goes as movies go through the decades right there, and editing happens and all of that. And also, there's more titles available on VHS that haven't even gotten to DVD. As we go up in formats, less and less movies make the jump up, and that is sad. So, certain movies you may only find on a VHS and not even on a DVD. And then we talk about resolution here. Actually, some people for certain movie watching scenarios might prefer the lower resolution, more of the film grain there. For example, horror movies. Horror lovers often love collecting VHS because they like the graininess to all the dark scenes. You talk about the movie Alien, where you're looking in those dark moments and you're like, is there movement? Is there not? I'm totally terrified right now. So sometimes the horror movie watching experience is better with a VHS. It often hides the classic CGI and practical effects that maybe weren't up to snuff there, that they're actually kind of hidden in a more positive way to give you a better viewing experience. Though the horror movies and some other movies just end up looking better on the VHS than super high definition. I know it's some kind of weird to think about sometimes, but maybe it's actually a better time. So now let's talk about what I'm seeing going on in the collecting community. Is the VHS format being sought after? Is it a dead format that is now being resurrected? And it kind of is. Yes, a lot of the horror community out there is collecting VHS again, and that is awesome for so many reasons. Once again, just that displayability of it. It looks so cool, that VHS artwork. It brings back all the nostalgia feelings, the video rental store memories, going through those aisles, picking up a VHS, going home, watching it with friends and family. And it's just amazing to see those memories rise again through nostalgia. I absolutely love to see that. But not only is it for collectability and displayability, people are actually plugging in the VHS and watching the movie. That is a cool thing right there. They are getting an amazing experience out of the VHS. They're dusting off the VHS player and they're having a cool, horrific experience with those titles. They're just getting that atmospheric, heavy grain quality, those dark scenes where you don't know exactly what's happening, but it's super scary with the sounds, and they're just having an amazing time as a horror fan. So we're actually seeing some prices of horror VHS skyrocket a little bit. Yeah, they're increasing in prices depending on the movie. Some of the famous slasher franchises out there, these VHS can be tough to get now. Some of them are quite rare, and that's kind of cool to see. Also, a little scary because I don't want the prices to get too outrageous. I mean, before you could get some of these titles for like a quarter, now they've definitely gone up a little bit. So hopefully they don't skyrocket too much. A format we used to thought was a dead physical media format that nobody would ever watch again are actually being watched again. How awesome is it to see that happen? So that's great to see from the collecting and horror community out there. Now let's talk about, should we be getting back into collecting VHS again? So now let's talk about, what are we going to do with the VHS format? Should we all be collecting the VHS again and resurrecting it completely? Or should we pass it on by now? I can only really tell you what I'm going to do personally. You got to make your own collecting decisions out there. It's your money, spend it how you want it, of course. But for me, am I going to go after the VHS format and start collecting them again? No, probably not. Even though I love my original editions of Star Wars, do I need to go get other VHS out there for any other title from some favorites of mine? No, probably not. Reason why is because I actually don't love a lot of grain in my movies. I'm okay when a movie is scrubbed clean. That's why I love the 4K ultra high definition format. I know some people love grain, and that is fantastic, and I get it. That is awesome, but it's just not my preference there. I like no grain. To me, grain is so distracting, and I kind of get lost, and I'm like, oh, wait, what the heck happened in the movie now? I was so lost in the grain, I couldn't see really what was going on. I like when a movie is a squeaky clean new penny, but once again, that's just my little personal preference right there. Other than that, though, VHS would take up so much space in my home that I just can't do that. I mean, VHSs take up way more space than DVDs, Blu-rays, 4Ks. Oh my gosh, you can only have so many VHS, and then you have less movies overall, and I just don't want to do that. I'd rather have more movies in my collection than less. Every time you view it over time, it gets less and less quality. It's harder to see, it's harder to play, and that actually has happened to some of my Star Wars original editions here. They're just not as crisp and clean as the first day I got them, of course. So that is a little bit unfortunate to the VHS format, and that's why I'm definitely going to collect the other formats before I get back into collecting VHS. But once again, if you collect VHS, I totally get it. I totally understand why horror fans would absolutely love to see a scary movie on VHS. It's just not the format personally for me. So I rather go for the newer formats, keeping up with the times personally, and just going future collecting, you could say, rather than reliving the past collecting. But now you guys will have to let me know in the comments below. Put hashtag in your favorite format. So if you love VHS, hashtag VHS, or hashtag DVD, hashtag Blu-ray, hashtag 4K, hashtag Laserdisc if you want. What is your favorite format? Comment down below, of course. And if you haven't already, once again, go ahead and mega slash that like and subscribe. That way it can keep you entertained and up to date on all future physical media topics. Have a great day watching and talking the movies, of course. And you love this physical media topic, mega stab the next video right now. And thank you so much, my mega membership supporters. If you love talking and collecting movies, consider joining the Mega League of Film Fans through memberships to support content creation while gaining access to perks like shoutouts, exclusive videos, and future topic choices.